Hello, everyone. Welcome to my section here. I gotta say, I'm a little nervous when I was asked to do this in front of a crowd. It was only supposed to be about 150 people. Now our group is over 2,100 members. That's insane. Um, so I am going to be talking to you today about virtual party, host coaching in your virtual parties. I'm going to try to stay mainly with the host coaching part. I don't have my phone on the stand yet because I do want to share something and show you part of what keeps me, I guess, organized. Those that know me know that I'm kind of OCD with my organization. What Grace just talked about, having a schedule and times to do things. Where I'm supposed to be. I love that stuff. My calendar is all mapped out. I try to map out my calendar almost down to the hour when I'm working, what I'm going to do in that hour, all of that kind of fun stuff. So, but it takes a while for you to find a system. And I know that Vanessa talked about this earlier. Finding a system that works for you is key. All right. And not one system is right for everybody. I went through probably like 4 or 5 different systems before I finally figured out the one that works for me. And now it's just like automatic what I do. I just go through it. So I'm going to share what works for me. Okay. But know that, and I've tweaked this here and there, start with one system and then just keep tweaking it until you find exactly the one that works for you, keeps you organized, helps you be more productive, okay? Once you have that system in place, it will help you to be more productive. So I use this kind of what I call my file system for my virtual parties. So I'll show you the folders that I use, but first I want to show you where they kind of live when I'm not using them, because I didn't want them on my desk. I hated having something like a bulky binder on my desk. I hated having stuff, folders all over my desk. I couldn't keep them organized and figure out when I had to do something. And I felt like I was looking at every folder every day to figure out, do I need to touch this today? And that seems silly because I was touching it too often. Okay. You don't want to have to touch anything more than you really have to. All right. So I watched a video, and I'll share the video with you guys later. Brian Parker shared this video years ago. I don't even know exactly when he did it, but it changed my life, literally. So it's his folder system. So I'm going to move you guys over here for real quick. I'm going to turn you guys around. I can do that. There we go. All right. So right behind me, this is my hanging file folder system right here. Okay. Numbered 1, I have folders 1 through 31. And then in the back, I have January through December. So each folder each day is basically what I need to do. So my folders that I have to, each one of these folders here is a party, okay? Whether it's a cooking show, virtual show, whatever kind of party it is, it's right in one of these folders, okay? So each folder is a party, and I just basically come in the morning, and I know I grab the stuff from my folder, whenever I get into my office, but I grab the stuff from my folder, and I know that stuff I have to touch. I have to do something to it that day, all right? And after I do it, then I move it on to the next date whenever I have to touch it again, and I'll show you that in a minute, what I'm doing. If it's somebody that says, like they canceled their party, they have to move it for whatever reason, it might go into one of my monthly folders, because I know, like somebody right now, she's a nurse and had to change her party, so she couldn't have it this much. She goes, can we talk in May and see what's going on then? Absolutely. So I put her folder back in May, because I know in May I will look at, usually right before the first of that next month, I'll look at that go through that folder, what's in there. And sometimes it's stuff like that I used a previous year. Like I know in the November folder is all of my turkey trot flyers that I've used over the years. So I know that when I look in that folder in the end of October, oh yeah, turkey trot, I forgot about that. It's been a year, I forget easily. So I go back through it. Plus I have in each of those folders my expense folders. All right, I'm going to bring you guys back around here. Now, this is the folder, and I will share pictures of this later. But these are the folders that are in there, and you can see they're all labeled because I'm a list person. So they are all labeled. I don't know if you guys see that. Let me put more light on that real quick. Okay, maybe that helps. So they're all labeled with what task I need to do throughout the party. Okay, now this is a brand new folder. I make these up in a batch. But this is a folder that is ready to go, and you'll see that next to each one has a red number. So that's the date I have to do that task on. And this way, so when I pull this out on Monday the 30th, I know I have to do these 3 tasks for the 21 days before. When I'm done with them, it goes back into for April 6th. You can see right there. So it's off my desk for an entire week. I don't have to worry about it. This folder's gone. But I will share pictures of these folders as we go along. I'm going to flip you guys back around and put you off so I can stop holding it. All right. So those are my files. All right. So that's the files I'm using. So these folders I talked about just now, I make these up in a big batch. Okay. And everything that I need for that party is in here. So I usually have my family sometimes helps me with this. Sometimes we'll sit around the table and everybody has a little section they have to do. I'm usually one putting on the labels because I'm kind of, again, OCD. And I kind of like them all nice and neat. My son did it for a while for me. And they were a little crooked and it just kind of drove me crazy. So I usually put the labels on and then they just throw everything inside of them. All right. So everything I need is inside here. So as I go through, I'm going to kind of go through now those steps that I had on this list. You can do it different ways. You can, like I said, I make it into labels and put it on here. If you just want a piece of paper that you put on here or however you do it, do it that way. All right. Do it whatever works for you. This is what I found that works for me. So, when I book a party, the first thing I do is I message them. Now, this is something I created, I don't know, maybe a year ago. My voice, I apologize now for my voice. It will go froggy. I can't do anything about it. All right. So, as soon as I book a party, I send the host a message. Yay, I'm so excited. You want to book a show with me? And I have the dates because they've already picked out their dates, okay? Because you're not really booked with me unless you got a date in my calendar, all right? So excited you want to have a host a party with me, and I put the dates in there. Thank you. Please complete this form to help me prepare for your party. And I sent them a Google form that I created just for my hosts. And I'm happy to share the link. I will be sharing all my words that I'm saying today in a document later on. So, and that Google form is in there. But I basically asked them, what is your, of course I asked them their address, everything, because I want to make sure I have the right address, phone number. There wasn't any mistypings or anything that maybe they had in their account or that they did when they placed the order. So I asked them all that stuff again. I asked them how they'd like to be contacted. I asked them what their favorite Pampered Chef product is. What's something that's on their wish list. How many people do they cook for, normally? I want to know because I want to know if they're, cooking for 2 or are they cooking for 6? It asks them how they like to cook, whether it's on the stove, in the oven. I mean, I have people that don't like to do microwave, so I asked that question. A microwave, stovetop, oven, electric pressure cooker, grill, all those things, okay? That's part of that thing. And then I give them kind of a themes. I don't actually do my parties as themes, but I do try to combine some of the things that they like. Most people want something that's one-pot meals, quick fix dinners, fresh and fast. So I can combine those all into kind of one party. Unless it's somebody that wants a really specific thing, like the wine, cheese, and chocolate, or they want a brunch theme, then I might throw a couple of those things into the party outline. But it just gives me an idea of what their likes are, and how they want to be contacted and what their cooking style is, all right? So then and then part of that message is also, oh, and I encourage you to watch what I do, or should I say as little as I do, in running the event in case you decide you may want to sign up and join my team as an online consultant when your party closes. Most of my team does online parties only. So this is, I've kind of already put that out there that they might want to join after their party, okay? Their party may not be for 2, 3, 4 months. That's fine. I've already mentioned it. It's kind of in the back of their mind, okay? Then I put the party on my calendar. And I mail them a save the date postcard. I think I got this from Tiffany Foreman. It's very similar to Lisa Noto's guilt letter, just in a postcard form. So, and I will share this, don't worry. This is, sorry, I print this as a 4 to a sheet. And I just take it to Staples or Office Max and have them print off a bunch of them. And then I have them all ready to go. All right. And basically the letter just says, thanks for hosting a party with me. And then in the little space there, I write the type of party and the dates. All right. That way they can just kind of put this on the refrigerator so it reminds them, hopefully. I blocked off the time on my calendar to spend with you and your friends. The best way I can show my appreciation is to partner with you to ensure the best result. Not only do I want to make sure your guests have a fun time, but I want you to get some free products that you will need. Get so many free products that you will need a second kitchen. I also want to let you know that your party will be qualifying me towards our next incentive trip on a Caribbean cruise. How cool are you? I'm looking forward to our time together. I'll be in touch soon. So this goes out, again, immediately the next day in the mail to them, all right? Because I want to start that contact right away. And then I grab one of my folders, all ready to go, and I fill out the information, their name, address, phone number, party dates, all of that goes right on the front of this folder. I like this folder because then I can look. I just pull up this folder and I have all the information like right in front, okay? And you can see I even have stickers recruiting. Ask your host 5 times. I know April Rudman will be talking about that later on. That's part of my system, okay? So it's right here. Again, I can check it off when I've asked them. So I print off 5 labels because I need to put, again, I told you everything is in this folder that I need, all right? So there is my wish list postcard. We'll talk about that in a minute. 1 envelope, a thank you card, a little thank you card. Their host packet envelope. I use these, oh my God, whatever they're called. Not Mylar. I always forget what they're called. I get them from Amazon. They're the 10 by 13 ones. And even their Christmas card is in this packet, okay? So I make up 5 labels to go on these 5 things. I usually put on, these don't have it, but usually when I'm putting these together, I put my return address label on it. If I don't have it already done, I'll do that when I put the host address label on it, okay? So that way this is all set, and that's what I do. I start numbering. I put in all these, thank you, April. I knew you'd come up with it. They're the self-sealing poly mailers. That's what I use. And then I put the red dates on here. So it'll look like this when it's all ready to go. All right, so I've got my red dates on here. This is when I'm going to be touching this folder, okay, and when I have to do something with it, okay? So then if this is a party that's a few weeks away, I can just throw this into whenever I have to mail out their host packet, okay? So I like to try to mail out the host packet about 4 weeks ahead of time. Usually my schedule's full enough that I can do that. Sometimes not. Sometimes it's the next week I'm mailing out a host packet, but that's okay. We'll do that. So if it's 4 weeks before, I mail out the host packet, and then I send the host a message. Now I send this based on how they like to be contacted, okay? Whether it's text message, an email, whatever, a private message in Facebook. I do, I say, thank you for completing the host information form. I'm so excited about your party, and I include the dates again. Please block the dates off on your calendar to make sure your party is a priority. Your host packet is in the mail. Let me know when you get it. And then I share the how to have an amazing Facebook image. Goes along with that. So one thing I sometimes do is that if I have I try to do all my packets at one time for the month. So I'll take a picture of them and I'll post it on Facebook. I'm like, oh, I'm going off to the post office again. More happy hosts coming in April. And I tag all of my hosts that are in that pile, okay? And that one, it makes sure that I'm friends with them, because sometimes it happens I've sent them a friend request, they haven't accepted it. So then I know right then and there, this is a month before the party, I got to make sure we get them. I tell them, hey, you need to accept my friend request. And two, it tells their friends, hey, Susie's having a party. I didn't know that. Did you know Susie was having a party? And they're like, so they get to see it too. All right. Plus, then the host knows to be on the lookout for that package and what it looks like, because I usually have these pretty colorful what are they, April? Whatever. Mailers. I have the pretty mailers, and they're looking for that in their mailbox, all right? So about, excuse me, now this folder, after I mailed out that host packet, goes back into the date. That's about 5 to 7 days after that. It kind of depends on where they live. If I have a host in California, I'll allow 7 days. If it's a host here in Connecticut, it might be just 3 days, okay? So I send, somebody asked what I send in a host packet. So I send 2 catalogs, 2 order forms, sometimes a mini, depends if I have extras of them. I have a host letter, and on the back of it is a bingo. I don't know if I have one here, but I can share that with you. I have a letter that I send with a bingo on the back of it. And then I include, obviously, the host special and guest special, a recruiting brochure. And if there's a special that month, I include, with the month that I'm mailing it out, I'll include that. So that's about it. It's a very basic host packet. Nothing really fancy in there, all right? Sometimes I'll throw in a recipe card as well. I got a bunch of recipe cards from Tiffany Foreman when she did the last printout. So I'll throw in a recipe card just for something fun in there. So the host packet comes back up. This host folder comes back up about 3 to 7 days, depending on where the person is living. And I send them a message, again, how they like to be contacted. Good morning. Your virtual party is it's probably like how many days away, or 3 weeks, whatever it might be. I'm super excited about your partying with you and your friends. Did you receive the host packet that I mailed to you? And then I wait for them to respond. Have you had time to go through it? Wait for them to respond. When over the next couple days would you have a few minutes that we could chat about your party? So I do try to get them on the phone when, before their party, when they've got the host packet, because I want to go through that host packet with them. It's harder and harder for me to get through to anybody. People are busy. Now they're more home. Some of them are more home, but some are not. So I don't always talk to them, but I try to. So I try to but I like to set up a time so that they are expecting my call. And then I usually respond, okay, I'll talk to you on such and such. I will be calling from this number, and I give them my phone number just to make sure they have it, and I tell them, save this in your phone so you know who's calling. So, because sometimes, they will not take my call because they don't know my number. So I tell them my number, because how many of you do that? I know you do. All right. And I call them, and if I am able to talk to them, then I have a little checklist that I go through, just the basic stuff, now that you've had time to look through the catalog, which 3 products do you want the most? What excites you most about the party? I tell them that we're a team and we're going to be working to get everything on their wish list. I kind of go over the host rewards a little bit. I said, I asked them if they would like me to tell them how to have a $1,000 party. Now, I talk a lot about the $1,000 party. because I go through that. I'm going to assume that everybody wants $1,000 party and wants all those products, you know, all the free money. All right. I'm not going to try to, I was just looking at something here. Sorry. So I don't, I lost my train of thought. So, you know, I'm going to tell them, I want them to have $1,000 party in their head. Because if they're thinking they're going to have $1,000 party, then we're going to be going, you know, it's going to rock. So, and they usually say, yeah, I want $1,000 party. I talk about inviting guests. You know, our goal is to get 25 orders, 5 before, 15 during, 5 after. A lot of the stuff is similar to cooking shows. I ask them if they have any questions for me. And then I ask them if they checked out the brochure, what is it called now? I forget. Make your everyday better. That's what it's called now. Forgot. So I want to make sure that that they've seen it. Okay. Hey, Friel, text me and tell me what time I'm done here. I forgot. I don't want to over talk. So I was trying to look that up, but I can't and talk at the same time. So I'm going to keep going on. So I got to go over that with them if I can. All right. It doesn't always happen. One thing I've been thinking about doing is kind of making it into a quick little video because it's becoming more and more that I don't get to talk to people. So I actually have been thinking about making that into a quick little video that I can send them the clip for. So it is what it is. Whatever happens will happen. All right. But I'm not too worried about it because a lot of what I talk about in that phone call, oh, I only have 4 minutes left. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to go really fast here because I guess I have less time to talk. Anyways, so I'm not too worried because I have a lot of other stuff, to talk about. You know, my messages that I'm going to send to them are going to talk about all those things or reiterate those things that I said in my phone conversation. So 3 weeks before, I reach out to them 3 ways. One is a private message, because one of the things I tell them is that I'm going to be coaching them through private messenger from here out, okay? Because I know they're on Facebook, so just so that they know, from here on out, we're going to be talking on private messenger, okay? It just makes it easier for me. I do most of my shows from my laptop, and I can copy and paste real easy, okay? Copy, paste, queen, that's what I love. So I send them 21 days out. I send them a message. 3 weeks till your party date time. Make it a goal to get 5 orders before your party starts. When we have $200 in sales before your party starts, I will give you an additional $20 free product. Reach out to any friends and family not on Facebook, that you're not Facebook friends or that you know that don't get on Facebook that much. So I'm getting those orders early. And there's a little image I sent along with that. And then I sent them an email that says, it just gives them more information. Make sure they have the party link. Again, this is stuff that's in their host packet, but you know they don't always go through their host packet. I talk about the $1,000 party. I give them an image about a guide to a $1,000 party. I give them the host dashboard. I share the new video about the host dashboard that Paper Chef did for us. Love it. It's awesome. So that's an email. And then I mail them the postcard. There's a postcard in here. It's just, have you done your wish list? I don't know where it's at now. But you get the idea. It's just a postcard reminding them to do their wish list. All right. And again, I write the date that their party's going to start on there. I just want to be in front of their face. I don't want them to forget about their party. Okay. I want to keep it in their face all the time. All right. Because if it's in their face all the time and I'm coming to them, they know I care, that this is a priority to me, and that they're going to save it. Because they're thinking about it, they're going to think about making sure that they share the catalog around, okay? And I don't want to give them too much at one time, so that's why I do these things a little bit at a time. So 14 days before, I send them a message that basically tells them it's time to put a save the date post on their Facebook wall, their personal wall. And then I have a little letter that I send out to them that just says their party's around the corner, the date that I'll be setting up their group for them, make sure they're getting outside orders. And then I talk about the host kit credit. So I used to send the little host kit credit with this letter. But now I actually just send off the PDF flyer. I actually do print it and I put it with this letter so that they, excuse me, see that information again. I want to keep this information in front of them so that they kind of keep it in the back of their mind that they could join and what the details are. So that letter goes out 14 days in advance. 10 days in advance, I used to send us in a private message, but it seemed a little long. So I actually created a video of it. That's a little video that I clipped that I sent to them. I hope your wish list, excuse me, my voice is going again. I hope your wish list is big because together we're going to get your party sales to $1,000. $1,000 party will get you 215 free. Oh wait, that's 315 free in April. 5 half-price items, the host special, and 30% off anything additional. Also, as a host, you can get $25 or $50 coupon off any of our new consultant starter kits. Have you ever thought about doing something like Paper Chef before? In your party, banter, start conversations, and have fun. If you post daily in your party, that will increase the guests attending by 30%. Make sure you invite your friends to join as soon as I let you know the party group is ready. When inviting your friends, think of anyone that could use some new recipes, but don't prejudge. The more the merrier, because anyone in the U.S. can order. I will send you a daily task that will help you to have the most successful party. Don't worry, they're easy, mostly copy and paste. Also, we want 3 friends to book their own parties. When their parties are scheduled with me, you will earn a gift from me and a half-price item at each of their parties. So start talking to them now. I know that together we'll make this party a success. All right? So I send that, and I also then message that same $1,000 guide picture to them. About 7 or 8 days before the party, I will send them a message. Hey there, just 1 week until your party officially starts. I'll be setting up your Facebook party group on Wednesday. Just so you know, I run my parties Monday through Friday, and I set them up on Wednesdays, the Wednesday before. I said, before I do, I just want to double check. Would you like to earn commission on your party in addition to all the other host benefits? You purchase one of the new kits, and I'll get you started. I'll still throw your party, and we'll turn it into your launch party, where you make all the money and get all the rewards. You also get all the bookings from your party. Try it out for 30 to 90 days. We'll work together for you to earn even more products for free, plus a paycheck. Don't like it after 30 days? You can walk away and keep everything. There is nothing to lose and so much to gain. Would you like to give it a try? And I send that with a picture of the 3 kits. Well, this month 4. So, and that's one of my checks I ask before the party. That's the one time I really physically ask. And then I wait for their answer. And if they say yes, of course, I'm excited. We'll get them signed up. If they say no, I just remind them that here on Facebook is where I'll be coaching them through. I'll have a tip and a task for them every day, starting on Wednesday. Nothing time sensitive. They could do it morning, afternoon, evening, whatever is best for them. And I just tell them that, I've heard, I found that when my hosts do this, it's a more successful party. Oops, I'm at my time. I need to hurry along here. Okay, give me 2 more minutes here. So that's basically how I started. That's where I host coaching up to the party when I set up the party. All right. Then I'm host coaching them to get the people into the party. Now, this part of what I do is I follow pretty much what Steve Drapolsky has put out there and has been out there. I will be sharing all of my notes, word for word, what I say, what I do, with you. So don't worry, don't have to read it back or replay this. I'll share the words with you. And I do host coach them almost twice a day for the first 3 days until we actually start the pre-party stuff on Saturday. Because I want them to make sure that they get in there. I want them done, I want them all have all the people in the party, sorry. There is a post, I think it's on Friday night that I do this. I bring back up that host bingo. And I say, hey, have you checked the host bingo on your host packet? I said, here's an example of a few that you could easily mark off or get done now. And I have a picture of it that I've circled ones that they could do. And these ones that I've circled are basically things I've already told them to do. Go through their host packet. Read all the squares in the host bingo. Because I want them to know all the things I want them to do. Invite 200 friends. Things like that. Message 25 people to invite them. So these are things I've already asked them to do, but this is now I've made it a game. So like, oh, she mentioned that before. I haven't done that yet. Let's do that so I can cross off this one. So I do that all the way through. I do my regular host coaching. Most of that is many of you might be familiar with, but I'll share all my daily host coaching. One thing that Jenny Gillen talked about in her video was giving the host a challenge to help you to book. So, I've already told them we're a partner. So I do the same thing. On Thursday, I ask them to do a host challenge and help me to get those bookings. Friday, Saturday, Sundays, wrap-up days. And one of the wrap-up things, again, I got this from Jenny Gillen. I've been using it for a little over a year now, is I offer the host an extra half price at her next party if she books right now with me sometime within the next 12 months. So that gives me one party. I will tell you right now, I already have 15, no. Yeah, I think I have 15 parties on my calendar for June. Because when I tell them this, that I, book any time in the next 12 months, and in parentheses, FYI, January and June are typically our double free money months. I don't say there are, I just said, usually. So I have already bookings actually for next January, and I have almost a full calendar for June. So that really does help to fill up your calendar that way. All right. And I do definitely make sure I ask them again that 4th and 5th time. One thing I'll tell you real quick. I know I'm over my time. Sorry about that. But there is, I'll post an album of them, of pictures that somebody else made. I didn't make these up. But it tells them what they've earned at each level of the rewards, okay? So when they hit $200, I message them like, oh my gosh, you're just qualified, your party just qualified, you hit the first level of host rewards. And I give them the little picture and it tells them what their rewards are. I know it's on the catalog, I know we talked about it, they don't remember, okay? Give it to them again. And then I do this throughout, like, so when they get $300, I'm like, oh, you got $300 in orders now, or whatever it is. You've, at the next level, plus you earn the $25 kit credit. So I'm bringing it back in there. Keep up the great work. You're doing an awesome job. $400. Oh, now it's a $50 kit credit, okay? And I just get, every time their host rewards go up. So it makes it very exciting for them because they're like, oh, wow, I got this much and I got this much. All right. So I will share those pictures as well. And that just kind of helps to keep them engaged. So I hope this has helped. If you have questions, put them below. I will share my labels with you. And I will share all of these words that you need. Use them, tweak them to your system, but definitely find a system that works for you to keep yourself organized, because that made the world a difference for me. I don't, I was like, did I mail that house packet out? I don't remember if I mailed the house packet out. My memory is horrible. So this was the only way I could check that box. Done. Put it in the folder. Don't have to worry about it for a week or whatever it is. So hope you all have a great day. This day has been amazing with this group. I can't wait to learn more with our next couple of speakers. Thanks all for joining us and spending the entire day with us virtually. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.